Okeke, get up. The whole village is watching you. That was the first thing anyone heard as confusion swallowed the wrestling arena. Dust exploded into the air. People screamed. A woman fainted dramatically beside her basket of kola nuts. A maiden dropped her calabash and shouted, "Is this a vision? Somebody catch me." Right in the middle of the field, Okeke, the undefeated champion of 5 whole years, lay flat on his back like someone who slipped on wet soap. Children stared with mouths open. Elders jumped from their stools. Drummers froze mid-beat with hands suspended. "Who pushed him?" someone roared. "Is it a spirit?" another cried. Even Nana the drunkard raised his calabash and screamed, "I warned you people. I said it," but most people ignored him, thinking he was doing his normal drunken drama. Standing calmly in the center of the uproar was a young man, quiet, steady, barely sweating, Chibunna, staring at Okeke with polite confusion, as if even he was shocked by what he had just done. A maiden whispered shakily, What happened? How?" And that moment of chaos was where everything changed. But to understand how pride fell and humility rose, you must go back to how the entire story began. The whole village had been preparing excitedly for Ikpoku Ehia Oku, the annual wrestling competition. Mothers washed wrappers twice, humming with excitement. Fathers polished their sitting stools like they were preparing for a royal event. Children built firewood wrestlers and slammed them on the ground, practicing future victories. Men trained in the bush, lifting logs, flipping goats, and shouting battle cries at the air. Maidens, preparing secretly for husband selection, oiled their legs until they glowed, plaited beautiful hairstyles, and practiced slow, graceful smiles. Meanwhile,
"Tell your sons not to bother competing. I, Okeke the Unbeatable, will win again this year."
Okeke strutted around like a moving mountain. His chest glistened with palm oil every day. He flexed at random children. He stopped greeting elders. He once told the chief priest, "Greet me well, please. I'm not your mate, I'm the champion." People were tired of him, tired of his arrogance, tired of the noise. But no one could beat him. Every year, men entered the arena full of hope and left full of sand. But 3 days before the competition, something strange happened. Nana the drunkard staggered into the village square shouting, "Listen to me, Umufo. This year, an elephant will fall." People hissed and laughed. "Nana, go home. Alcohol has finished your brain," they said. But he insisted loudly, "A young palm tree will bend an iroko. I have seen it." They ignored him. Nobody takes prophecies from a man who talks to lizards seriously. Far from the noise, Chibunna prepared quietly. He wasn't muscular. He wasn't loud. He wasn't even known. But he had something special. His father, Pomajobuchi, once the most feared wrestler in the region. The night before the competition, his father placed a soft but firm hand on his shoulder. "My son," he said calmly, "strength is good, but wisdom is better. Wrestling is not only pushing. It is timing, balance, patience. Remember, pride stands straight, but wisdom bends." Chibunna nodded slowly, heart full, eyes shining. The day of the competition arrived and the entire village was vibrating with excitement. Drums shook the ground. Vendors screamed about food. Children climbed trees for a better view. Smaller matches began and madness followed. Ugochukwu vs. Ebube ended quickly when Ebube grabbed Ugochukwu after a small distraction. Osondo vs. Chijioke ended instantly when Osondo lifted Chijioke before the referee spoke. Arens vs. Obiora dragged on as both men laughed at each other before Arens finally won. Then the arena grew silent. The main event was about to begin. Okeke marched out first, chest shining like a polished drum, shouting, "Make way for greatness." Maidens screamed while some men rolled their eyes. Then Chibunna walked in slowly, calm but determined. The whistle blew. Okeke charged like thunder. Chibunna bent quickly, shifted, and redirected the force just as his father taught him. And suddenly Okeke hit the ground. The champion fell. Silence followed. Shock filled the air. A maiden screamed. A baby cried. An elder shouted, "What kind of world are we living in?" Nana jumped up, shaking his calabash and yelling, "Who is mad now? Who is mad now?" Okeke blinked at the sky, confused and embarrassed. The referee raised Chibunna's hand. The crowd exploded. Drums thundered. Women danced wildly. Men jumped. Maidens screamed. One covered her face and whispered Chibunna's name. Okeke's father walked to him, dusted his back and said loudly, "If you had listened to me, your back wouldn't be swallowing sand today." The whole village roared with laughter. Chibunna became the new champion, respected, loved, and celebrated. But he remained humble, grateful, and always listening. Even Nana became popular for a full week as the man who predicted destiny. Moral of the story: pride goes before a fall. No matter how strong you are, arrogance can scatter everything. Stay humble. Stay wise. If you enjoyed this story, make sure you subscribe to the channel so you won't miss other powerful stories that will entertain you and teach you real-life lessons.